Okay guys, so here we are with um, a little different version of our bracelet here. So this is what we are going for, but with a different color leather. This is dark brown leather, 6.5 inches cut. It is 2 mm in size. And then we have our choices of charm. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. If I use the pineapple one, the back side is kind of plain, so I might have to use a jump ring for that, but we'll see. If I use a leaf, it's just the same thing on both sides. And then heart, there's a hole in the center, so we'll see which one we end up using. We got our clasp, a jump ring, 2 jump rings, and then our crimp connector to connect on each end. I got my this is brass colored wire, and this is 22 inches long. And then length I have for this is 3 feet, again folded in half. So we're gonna like our other design, we're going to crimp the end again on this one. Again, as you can see, this is a kind of like an oval shaped wire, so we're gonna place it in this, put the flat part down. Okay, this feels like my connector bead this time. The gold tone is a little bigger than my silver tone. Hopefully this will work just as fine. If not, we might just have to use a wider leather. Oh, it's scratched a little bit. Okay, here we are. Using that, give it a little tug, nice and snug. Okay, so now I'm going to take my wire and wrap it around like we did with the other one a couple times. 1, 2. So now this wire is a little hard to work with because it's thicker. So you want to hold your leather really nice and tight to make sure that it's not twisting. I'm just going to twist one side first. Okay, and then now I will bring my other side and make a crisscross. It looks like I'm going in closer this time, just in terms of spacing, versus my silver tone the one we did before. Okay, there we are. That's what we got so far. So I will keep going here and then see you guys when we reach the center. Okay guys, so we have reached the center of the design here. I love the prominence of the crisscross, but it is very hard to twist a 22 gauge wire versus the 24. We're gonna get a carpal tunnel after this. But I tried all 3 charms, and guess what we're going with? Yes, the pineapple. The leaf was a little, the tone of the gold was a little different than our wire, so that didn't look nice. And then the heart just didn't sit right. And I'm using the jump ring for the pineapple, and so I think this will work out pretty good. And what I did was, as you can see, I have one side already twisted. I'm going to go and twist the other side. And since this wire is so hard to work with, because you know it's pretty because of the gauge, what I'm going to do is I've been using my chain nose plier to hold it, but because I'm adding a charm, I'm using my hand this time. But I'll show you what I mean here. So what I've been doing is I'm holding my work with the chain nose plier as close to the next part I'm working with, and then just twist your wire. Bring this over here. And then you just want to watch and make sure that you're crisscrossing exactly the same place, and then bring it over like that. So and then we're going to keep going with our first wire. Let's redo that one again. And this wire is pretty hard to work with, but the design is so beautiful, and I'll show you once we have completed how this compares to our 24 gauge wire. Kind of a little off in the spacing there, but that's okay. for the first wire, using the plier doesn't help much because we want this to kind of stay in place too. Okay. But for the second wire, using the plier helps. But you do have to move the plier closer to where you're wrapping. I'm trying to see where my X's are. Almost again. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. I'm not actually not the same thing. We're going to bring the wire to the I'm just trying to make sure that this all fits in well, all together inside our crimp bead, and see how much spacing we have. Okay, so we have spacing enough to go one round around and bring it to the front and bend it so that it stays nice and flat with our leather. We'll do the same thing, one wrap and then bring it up, and then I'm going to trim off the wire exactly the size of the leather, so that way this hides nicely inside the crimp bead. And I want the wire to be on the inside part of the crimp bead so that it does not mess me up. Okay guys, so we're gonna add the clasp to our pineapple bracelet. And then make sure that it works with our little connector there. And there we have it, guys. This feels a little sturdy, a little stiff versus our 24 gauge. So as much as I like the big thick crisscross, I think this one is much easier to make. Let's try it on and show you what it looks like. And it's kind of going pretty well with the stack I have right now too. There we are, guys. Nice little cute pineapple leather wire wrapping bracelet. That's it for now. See you guys on the next one. Bye.